let's continue to spite the mad god Am. Benny, you're up.
Benny, you know you've always been my favorite torture tool. Well, I'm giving you now a chance to stoop to new lows, to give in to your bestial desires. I'm going to let you find some food to eat. I'll even repair your brain so that you can think normally again and savor the horror of your repast.
This cavern isn't like any of the others Am has sent me to. It's full of life, not death.
Rather eloquent sounding for an ape-looking thing, isn't he? Now, the transition from 1960s short story to 1990s video game, alterations were made, including to the characters. Nowhere is this more noticeable than Benny. In the short story, Benny is described as having been a homosexual scientist until he met Am. I won't go into the details. If you want to know more, then read the short story yourself. Let's just say that this Benny is a whole different can of worms, and we're about to open it. Yay.
Is that fire in those caves along the cavern wall? God, what I would give for some barbecued ribs. An artificial sun hurts my eyes. It's about 100 feet down to the cavern floor. Maybe there's some food down there.
Benny is very, very interested in food. Kind of like how Gorrister was, but Benny is very much more so. Gorrister's story revolved around like him wanting to kill himself and his guilt. Ellen's story, had some water in it she wanted to drink and revolved around her hysteria. Benny wants food. Well, let's go find some.
Am, you son of a bitch! You've cleared my mind but crippled my legs. I can barely walk.
I don't care how serious this game is supposed to be. That shit cracks me up every fucking time I go through Benny's scenario. Benny's a cripple. And as you could glean from the opening there, Am usually keeps his brain crippled too. But for the lulz, Am has decided, tell you what, I'm gonna give you the power to think again. And nothing else. Ha ha ha, lol. Let's see what happens.
This looks like a tree from far away, but it's just more of that computer-generated crap.
I think Benny's scenario will help you folks on understanding more about the situation and the setting and where we are too, through what you'll glean through situations like that. Computer-generated crap, not real trees.
Is that fire in those caves along the cavern wall? God, what I would give for some barbecued ribs. I'm in no shape for climbing back up.
Let's go this way first, before we head towards the fires, where barbecue ribs may or may not be cooked.
This graveyard gives me the creeps.
Oh boy.
I feel as though the dead could speak.
That's always a good sign, Benny. Let's take a look around.
Why is this fence here? What's out there in the jungle? Maybe something to eat. I don't see any opening in the fence, and I'm too crippled to climb over. Vines. I wonder if they're edible.
Well, let's find out, Benny.
Hurts! Hurts! Hurts!
Did you notice how he's spitting up blood there? Yeah. Benny has a problem eating things, too. You can blame it on Am. You know, the insaneful, mad, vengeful god who hates humanity, perhaps even loathes humanity? Possibly. Possibly. Alright, you think that the folks in these graves can talk here? The dead can speak? Let's speak to them. First, though, let's look at them.
This is the grave of Murphy, one of my old commandos, killed in the war. This is Tuttle's grave. He lost his life while under my command. Thomas is buried here. I'd almost forgotten my life in the army before Am came to power.
As you can see, Benny has nothing to do with being a scientist. He was an army commander.
I guess I haven't given you any reason to speak to me after what I did to you. Are the other graves as deathly silent as this one? Are the other graves as deathly silent as this one?
He is an army commander in a situation where mistakes may or may not have been made. Anyway, it turns out that Benny was wrong. The dead don't feel like communing with us, so let's head towards those caves where barbecue ribs may or may not be cooked right now. Speaking of which, I would love some barbecue ribs, but it's 2 in the morning and I don't think anyone wants to serve those for me right now. Damn it.
I haven't eaten for months. The smell of food cooking nearby only makes it hurt worse. Some kind of dwelling. Looks like there's a fire for cooking inside.
Hey, I would love to be a part of that.
Looks like it's empty.
Ooh, let's look around.
Vines. I wonder if they're edible. It's damp in here. At least the fire's warm. There's a video screen built into the cave wall.
A video screen? It seems kind of out of place. Let's take a look at that.
Oh, your stomach scratching? Hungry, Benny? Wait for the picnic at the altar. Yeah, you're too weak to kill the older ones unless they're already tied up for you. Who loves you, baby?
I actually don't remember seeing that one before. Then again, my memory's suspect now, but that's kind of creepy, I'm not gonna lie.
Looks like a primitive cradle. It's empty. I wonder where the baby is.
And yes,
Jesus, I'm hungry.
speaking of baby, there you go. As you can see, Benny's kind of focused on food right now, so if you're really interested in food, let's try this whole eating vines thing again.
Hurts! 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 These aren't vines. They're electrical wire. Son of a bitch Am tricked me into slicing up my mouth.
Dick move, Am. Dick move. Alright, let's GTFO. Next up, we've got...
Impressive. Someone important must live here. A bag. Maybe there's food in it. I wouldn't know what to do with this even if I could take it.
Fine.
This old fart looks too scrawny to be gathering nuts and berries. He must be the village elder or something.
Wita fuma piba.
I can't understand his language, but he seems to be welcoming me to the village.
That's great. Yeah. You too, buddy. Klaatu Barada.
Hey, ignore the newcomer. Gather the villagers at the altar tomorrow to choose a sacrifice. I have spoken.
What kind of game is Am playing here in Benny's psychodrama? Okay, let's check out this game.
I don't know.
Damn it, let's check it out.
This looks like a... what did they used to call them? Single-parent household. Probably depend upon the generosity of the rest of the village. Friggin' welfare parasites.
Notice how Benny just doesn't have that same cheerful charm that Ellen has? Yeah. We've kind of gone through the two most sympathetic characters in the game. We're on to the deviants, I guess you could say.
This woman looks half-starved, just like her son. Fat chance of getting a decent meal out of either of them. The boy's a friggin' mutant. There's a third arm growing out of his back. What's cooking in this pot?
Dum-de-dum, save just in case. Can I swallow the pot of food?
Hurts! Hurts! Hurts!
Perhaps not. You know what, let's just learn that. I don't think we should swallow food that's over boiling, you know. It's boiling and it's over a fire. Let's just ignore it, okay? Let's take a look elsewhere.
This looks like a good hiding place.
Then we have a bed.
A bed made out of vines. Looks comfortable enough.
Another one of these damn video
This video
screens.
screen has been tampered with. There are wires hanging out of it.
Anyway, there's no source of food that we're going to be getting out of here, and we don't need to talk to those people. Let's just move on.
This cave...
Larger cave. Ooh.
It's a goddamn supermarket! Blondie here won't let me near the food.
You bastard.
Blondie only seems to be interested in guarding the food.
One-track mind, you bastard. Well, fine. You can just take your goddamn supermarket. Whatever, I'm not interested. I did want to look at those pictographs. Let's check it out.
Primitive. These people are even more backwards than those gooks in Southeast Asia.
Benny also may or may not be harboring a grudge still over what happened in the war. Okay? May or may not be still. Moving on.
A fruit tree. It's been years since I've tasted real fruit. Am once coaxed me into marching across 1,000 miles of ice to reach a stockpile of canned peaches, only to discover that he didn't give me a can opener.
Never tell Am that it was a dick. Just saying, Am. Just saying. Anyway, we got some fruit here that Benny can actually reach.
This fruit looks ripe and sweet.
We're going to be taking that. However, we're going to be intelligent about this and realize that maybe Benny can't eat these damn things. He can't eat anything for that matter. We're just going to leave it in the inventory for now, as tempting as it is, because it hurts. It hurts. What else is there here?
Looks like some kind of altar.
This looks familiar. Like we've seen this one somewhere before, I think. But Benny hasn't.
Nothing but twisted wiring and recycled plastic. What's with the ropes on the crossbeams? Looks like they're used for holding someone captive.
Nothing good, Benny. Nothing good. Anyway, we're going to force Benny to show an amazing act of compassion here, which I don't think he'd be capable of except for the fact that we're here. But maybe he's angling for the whole this could probably be used to help me get food, way. So, I didn't mean to do that. Give the fruit to the child.
Oh, thank you for food.
How are we able to talk?
I learned to talk using Am screen. I am smart, but villagers think smart is defective. I wish I were strong, so then they would give me food too.
Defective? That's tough.
Sometimes. But I am spared lottery. Villagers are afraid of me.
Lottery? What lottery?
Villagers hold lottery to choose sacrifices to Am.
Is that altar in the jungle used for the sacrifices?
Yes, pieces of victim are scattered around it.
How long have these sacrifices been going on?
The sacrifice to Am machine goes on many long years. The very different must go to him soon. Not many villagers left.
Why do they sacrifice their own people to Am?
One is sacrificed, so Am does not hurt all.
What are these sacrifices like?
The sacrifice to Am hurts very bad. There are better ways to die. Almost any way is better.
Are the victims buried in the graveyard?
I know nothing about graveyard.
You look like you don't eat very much.
Mother and I not allowed in food cave. Villagers are afraid of me and let me starve.
I am very hungry. Where can I get some food?
There is fruit in food cave. It comes from the trees.
I need to go find some food. I'll see you later.
Alright, so we have Mutant Kid over here. I knew mutants were capable and awesome, that's why I used them in Liberal Crime Squad, who has jerry-rigged this video screen to allow him to communicate with people, which is freaking awesome. Anyway, it appears that I'm going to actually have to try out this whole little it hurts thing again, so let's take the fruit. And...
Hurts! Hurts! Hurts!
yes. would really not go for that whole thing. And oh hey, here's another piece of fruit, how convenient. Snag that too. Let's not do that again. Let's instead talk to the child about our amazing discovery.
I tried eating the fruit. It only made me sick.
You bleed when you eat. When I was young and not so different, my mother chewed it for me first, and then fed me.
I need to go find some food. I'll see you later.
I think that's where Benny is at this point in his life. So, give the fruit to the mother.
Amazing. This woman digested the food and then regurgitated it back to me, like a bird feeding its young.
Ta-da! Now Benny is no longer as hungry as he used to be. Very good, very good. Let's talk to the kid again.
I am getting very tired.
You now family. You use our bed. Go sleep.
Alright, kid. Maybe I'll do just that. Before that, there's a convenient piece of twine hanging down here.
Some of the twine around the baskets came loose.
Well, let's use the twine.
Ah, manna from heaven.
Hurrah! We have a good source of food, particularly since we're not really going to be getting lucky on fruit spawns there anymore. And now I think I'll take the kid up on his offer. Let me try walking in here again.
I don't know what to do with this. So much for the friggin' welcome wagon.
There we go, just wanted to trigger that. Now, let's use ye old bed over there and go night-night.
That sleep wasn't nearly long enough. I wonder where the boy's mother went.
Let's find out. Talk to the boy.
Where is your mother?
She go to altar to help choose Am's sacrifice.
I need to go.
Well, that's not good. We kind of need her to regurgitate some more food for us, so
The village is quiet today. Too quiet.
let's see if we can get a hookup.
I don't know what to do with this.
I didn't tell you to do anything with it. First, I said, oh, looks like the Sentryman, his job never ends. Wonder if that means he's protected from the lottery.
The village elder must be at the altar with everyone else.
Let's see what, he's got the bag with him, too. Let's see what the video screen has to say
There's a video.
about this turn of events.
Gather the villagers at the altar to choose a sacrifice.
Makes sense to me. Maybe we'll head there just a wee bit. Is this monitor have anything different to say?
Go to the altar.
All right. I hear you, Am. I hear you loud and clear, bro. Let's go to the altar then.
Why is everyone gathered around the altar? Why is The old fart seems to be in charge here.
Tada cho shama am.
Looks like some kind of lottery. That's the mutant child's mother.
Wocho shanan.
It looks like she's been chosen to be sacrificed.
So, we can ask to watch the sacrifice, or we can ask if we can eat the woman instead. Yeah, let's just watch.
Wita fuma piba.
It sounds like he'll let me watch.
Am vila tajo.
I am the great and powerful. You didn't bring me Toto, but I accept the chosen one. You shall not feel my wrath today. Am I swell or what?
Judas Priest! Am blasted her to bits. What am I going to do for food now?
Next time on Let's Get On With It, I have no mouth and I must scream, Judas Priest!